This video is regarding the retreat in Puerto Vallarta in February, the meditation retreat. If I ask you what your interpretation of love is as a child, that this would be one interpretation. The love of your parents or your siblings is another interpretation. The first time you've ever fallen in love with someone, that's another interpretation. So we experience love on many different levels, and when we experience the presence of our inner self, the profound magnitude, the honest of compassion and love is blinding. Last year, I completely imploded into the presence of my own inner self, and I experienced the truest form of consciousness, the inner self, the part of us or the part of me that is the soul consciousness. The entire illusion of separation disappears because you begin to realize that you are love and that you are consciousness and that you are everywhere. This kind of silence, this love that has no beginning and no ending, it is the ocean of consciousness. The purpose of meditation is to sit in the presence of the inner self, to allow all of our distractions, all of our confusions, all of our agitations to be subsided. We have thousands of thoughts of hearing, touching, tasting, smelling throughout a day. We got to do this, we got to go here, we have to do all these millions of distractions, this voice within your head that the ego tells you you're too big, you're too small, you're too fat, you got to do this, you got to take care of this. This constant sense that there's something wrong. The purpose of the ego is to create this illusion of separation and isolation. And yet we are just love. We are just consciousness. So we're going to meditate more than we ever have in any other retreat, because the purpose of meditation is to sit in the presence of the inner self. It is not to have a Hollywood experience, or a lot of people are not aware that the ego is giving you the illusion that you are meditating, and you're not meditating at all. You're just being entertained by the ego. People pick up their water bottles, people move, people agitate, people scratch. People have their shawls and their malas and their goods and their like endless visualizations, and it's all distractions by the ego. There are many times when I have been meditating for about an hour and a half that my body begins to display pain. And this pain is a normal part of the process, but most people start to move, be agitated. But when you move through that physical pain, it eventually turns into thousands of little needles or distractions and pain. And eventually, you begin to experience pure consciousness without the influence of the ego. It's like saying you've moved from density into fluidity. You've separated from the ego, and the ecstasy of bliss, of love, begins to consume you. And that is when the real meditation begins. That is what meditation is. If you are a great lover of God, and I don't mean a religious God, of the universe, if you're a seeker of God, if you're a seeker of the truth, if you are looking to move beyond this duality of your ego, and that you are willing to put aside all of your agitations, your distractions, your agitations, and move into silence. Meditation isn't about doing, it's about being, it's about love. It's not about 12 steps, it's about love. So if you are looking to move to another place of inner discovery and really wanting to go deeper into the presence of your inner self, then this might be very much the right retreat for you.